get literally no letters a week, every week, from people saying, look, I want to go to work, but I want to leave a trail of blue and red smoke in my wake while I'm going along.
Yes, it's not easy if you can't afford a red arrow or if you have no ability to fly one.
However, help is now at hand from Japan, where they've come out with these. These tyres, they say, if you spin them, will emit coloured smoke.
Yeah, now the thing is that this morning, to test this out, we bolted some of those tyres to the back of a TVR, put the stig in it, and this is what happened. There he is, look, and away he goes.
Oh, look! Hey!
Now, we are told...
That's like a red arrow.
It is. We are told that these tyres do affect handling and performance somewhat, and braking.
Oh, yeah, but what a way to arrive at work.
Yeah, look at the stig. He's sort of enjoying himself in there, is he? Look at him.
That's a happy stig.
I'm a red arrow, I'm not a stig. Look at me.
Tires. Gran Turismo 2 has 7 different compounds on offer, but only 6 are universally available, ranging from the normal stock tires to the simulation-style tires, which according to Polyphony, tires which are as close as possible to in characteristics to real tires. Although it is extremely difficult to drive using the game controller, you can experience a simulation of real driving which does not feel like a game. These tires require quicker braking, careful steering, and delicate work with the accelerator. These tires are specific to surfaced roads. Different compounds have their pros and cons. Usually, it would be a good idea to bring hard compound tires to a race, where tire degradation is present, but pitting would be detrimental to your performance, and a soft compound, where you don't mind the degradation or it just isn't there, and you're trying to maximize performance over endurance. This dilemma has plagued my mind for far too long, on what to bring to an endurance race, because I would usually just bring hards all the time, as I was afraid of not having my tires last the distance. But this changes today, as we shall find out, if my fears were at all justified for this test. We've stuffed Steve inside this wonderful TVR Tuscan Speed 6, and put various different tire compounds for him to run with. The car is totally stock, with the exception of the tires. We will be testing the 4 different racing slick tires, starting with the hards and ending up with the super softs. Steve's race of choice was the Apricot Hill 200, which he said is nice and round. And away he goes, depending on the compound. The tires warm up at different rates, but by the time Steve finishes lap 1, all of the compounds are working at their optimal temperature. On lap 5-6, we can start to see some degradation on the softer tires, but all compounds appear to be degrading at a very close rate. Lap 10-11, the softer tires have lost their green coloration, denoting that they are lightly degraded, whereas the hard compound tires still retain a slight green hue. Do pay attention to the gaps between the tire runs themselves. The hard tire run is quite ways behind its medium counterpart, not to mention the softer compound tires. Speaking of, the soft and super soft tired runs are very close to each other, in terms of pace, around 5 seconds apart. Due to some sloppy driving from Steve, the medium and soft tire runs have become very even in terms of pace. Because of this, he's been told that he'll need to do a single stop on the mediums. All tires have reached medium degradation at around lap 15/16, with the super soft compound looking the worst. On lap 20, the right rear super soft tire is just gone. Looks like Steve will attempt to push for one more lap. The soft compound tire run is looking very similar, but just that slightly better. The mediums are looking very warm, but Steve will have to stretch them to halfway, and the hard tires look like they'll definitely go to half distance. First stop is made by the super softs on lap 21, followed by the normal soft tires on lap 23, and the rest at half distance. At lap 25, At half distance, the super soft tired run is on lap 27, being around half of a lap ahead of the soft tire. On lead lap 35, the super soft tires have reached medium degradation, while withholding a consistent half of a lap lead over its closest rival. The race between the hard and medium tire is still going on, with the medium tire having headway of 12 seconds over the more firm and durable mix. A few laps later, Steve decided to pull in for a set of new super soft rubber. As he left, he was losing too much time to keep on carrying on to their maximum degradation, and since he'd already did this with his first set, we know that the softest tires last around 21 laps around Apricot Hill if pushed to the limit. But for some reason, he didn't do the same with the regular soft tires, where he just pushed them to their limit on both occasions, confirming that the soft tires last for 23 laps. This decision led him to almost being lapped by himself, but once the soft tires got some heat, he managed to claw back a little time, but nowhere near enough to catch the softest run. With that, Steve finished the 50 laps in 1 hour 9 minutes 14.8 seconds with the super softs. After that, naturally came the time for the regular soft-tired Steve to cross the line for the final time, in 1 hour 10 minutes and 22.3 seconds. The medium Steve brought the car home, just, in 1 hour 11 minutes and 12.8 seconds. Last, was hard Steve, crossing the line at 1 hour 12 minutes and 38.8 seconds. From the results, we can gather that the different tire compounds degrade at different rates from each other, but not as significantly as one might expect, leading many to believe they degrade at the same rate, making the harder tires obsolete to their softer counterparts, which, depending on the car, might ultimately be the case.